Hey, vinyl community, how's it going? It's David Michael here. We're back with a really quick video. I had to there, a really quick video. We're back. We got some thrift store finds. We've got some new arrivals, but most importantly, what we got is a couple days ago, I answered this online ad from a lady. I didn't know she was a lady when I responded. Um, she was selling a turntable, and I got some scant details from her about it. She lives, if you are familiar with my city, Edmonton, if not, she lived about 45 minutes outside of my city. And anywhere 45 minutes outside of my city is pretty much farmland. What we call rural routes are our roads. If you're Canadian, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm assuming that was a lot of the reason why it was still available a day or two after she posted it, because I don't think anyone wanted to make the trek out there. Um, I'm stupid enough to do it. But what happened was she advertised this turntable. The price was amazing. In fact, it was kind of, and we're going to cut away. You're going to see the turntable quickly. But what had happened is I contacted her, and she was selling this turntable, and it looked in incredible condition. And I asked her, "Do you have any vinyl for sale as well? Do you have anything? Do you have any vinyl kicking around? Because who sells a turntable, unless you're a professional reseller or flipper? Who sells a turntable and has no vinyl? It's like advertising a Nintendo system for sale and not having video games. I mean, who has a turntable with no records?" So of course I invariably asked the question, "Do you have any vinyl for sale?" And she said, "Yeah, I do. I wasn't going to sell it. I didn't think anyone wanted it, but." Um, and then, as luck had it, this is a few days ago now. As luck would have it, she was coming in the city. So not only that, she had some vinyl for sale. She was going to come deliver it to me. We were going to meet just kind of right by my house. So for all those people who didn't want to make the trek out, well, she came to me, and she said, "You know what? I'll take this vinyl I have. Um, I'll box it up. You can come look through it. If you want some, great. If you don't, no harm, no foul." There you go. So we're going to cut away, and we'll see this turntable, and we'll come back. We'll see the vinyl I got from her, some new arrivals, some other, some stuff, and probably some stories you don't want to hear. So let's cut away, and we'll have a quick look. Some of you might recognize this table from my YouTube video I did. That's a tour of my music room. It's a Marantz 6200, as you can see there. And that's my main table, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I always have kind of a backup table, just to kind of take the wear and tear off my main table. And this is the table I got from that lady. We're going to switch right over. And this is going to lead to several questions probably that I'll answer in a quick second here. So that's my main table, 6200. And I got a Marantz 6200. How's that? It's in perfect working condition. I guess it had been in storage for about 15, 20 years, the lady was telling me. The only thing I have to do to it is the strobe light was working when I got it, and it burnt out yesterday, which is an easy fix. I'll pop another bulb in there, no issues there. I would demo it, but I want to save you some time here. But trust me, it's in fine working condition. And so I have two Marantz 6200s, and you might ask yourself why. Well, why not? I guess is the quick answer to that one. I'm pretty much going to be set for turntables now. The only thing that I have to do to it is that for demo purposes, I put on this head shell. I was from my main table because it came with this Audio Technica, which I think it's about 15, 20 years old, or however old this cartridge is. So I'll swap that out for the Grado. This is really nerd talk now, isn't it? I'll swap out the Grado that was on my other backup table, and they'll be identical. They'll be Marantz 6200s, both running Grado Black Hearts. And there you go. So that's the turntable I got, and we're gonna go cut away. We're gonna show the vinyl I got from this lady, some other thrift store finds, some new arrivals, and all that fun stuff. All right, we're back. That was the turntable I picked up from that really nice lady, actually. What I paid for that in the vinyl you're going to see is, I don't know, does it really matter, I guess. For interest's sake, I paid $50 for the table and the vinyl. So you never know what you're gonna get when you answer an online ad. Sometimes it's crap, and sometimes you score. And I thought I scored. My Marantz 6200 is probably my favorite table. I'm not really into expensive stereo equipment. I'm not into spending thousands on equipment. The Marantz sells used for about $250, $300 in really good condition, so I got a pretty good deal. Enough said about that. What you're listening to now, I've turned it down a bit because I don't want to get caught on copyright infringement like I have a couple of times. But we're listening to the Smiths, Hateful of Hollow. I've been on a little bit of a Smiths kick lately. I DJ'd a week ago Saturday. I did some of you might know I do a DJ night. I don't do it much anymore, 4 times a year now, but it was a massively big one, this one, and we were playing some Smiths, and kind of stuck in my head. So I've been listening to a lot of Smiths lately. Not that you needed to know that. Cheers, everyone. Okay, we're gonna, by the way, if it's a bit dark in here, I apologize. It's mid-afternoon and it's a horrible rainstorm out, and every time we have a storm in Edmonton, if you want to know something about my city, if you don't live around here, Google Edmonton tornado 1987. Every time it's a storm like this, and it's a bad one out right now, invariably people are posting photos on my Facebook feed. This was why I woke up to this afternoon, because I worked all night. People are all freaking out about it. It's 1987 again. 1987 we had a tornado that struck my neighborhood, and it killed some people in a trailer park just kind of not far from my neighborhood, and it knocked down the drive-in that was in my neighborhood. And I remember, I was, not that you care, I'm just gonna tell a story. Some of you don't care, so some of you don't mind. Let's fast forward to the vinyl if you don't want to hear this. I was downtown. I was 16, 17, living in the outskirts, kind of the far north end of my city, and downtown shopping for vinyl when I was 16 or 17. Who would have thought? And no internet, no cell phones, but I was taking the bus home. We started to get word from the bus driver that something weird's going on. Long story short, got to my neighborhood. I was living with my dad at the time. We had an apartment, and everything almost in and around my apartment building was knocked down, including the drive-in. And my apartment stayed. And they roped it all off, and we were allowed to kind of go around the neighborhood because we lived in there. And so whenever it's really horrible like this, people are freaking out about, it's another tornado like 87. Google it if you want to see what happened back then. It was pretty, yeah. Let's go to vinyl. Sorry about this story. I don't know. Some new arrivals really quickly. This was a Record Store Day release that came out in, I believe, UK or Europe only. And I got a tip-off that some store, as a third-party seller in Amazon UK, had some leftover stock. And it's the only Record Store Day title left that I didn't get. So this popped up for just like a regular record price. But it's the Record Store Day gold vinyl of T-Rex Electric Warrior. Yes, another T-Rex album, but no golden earring today, so there you go. This is a gold vinyl, and it comes in the reversible die-cut sleeve. So you take that out. If you flip it around, anyways, it's the same photo, but it's I think it's the undoctored, because the original cover was kind of doctored up. The photo was, anyways. Anyways, so I got that, and I gotta thank the people at, I can't remember if it's T-Rex fans Facebook page or if it's the Mark Bolan fan group, one of those two. And someone's tipped me off, anyways. So got the Record Store Day Electric Warrior. Last video, not the T-Rex one, the one before that, you might remember I had the David Bowie gold vinyl of Ziggy Stardust, and I was waiting for this one to come, so I got the matching pair in. I got the gold vinyl of Hunky Dory. Finally came in. When this was announced, it was like super limited, and you gotta find yours now and grab it. And now it's everywhere. In fact, a local store by my house has it. Late, but I could have went down 5 minutes away and got it, and I ordered it online. But anyways, this is what I got it for $20. Anyway, so I got the Hunky Dory gold vinyl and the Ziggy Stardust gold vinyl, and not that the Electric Warrior and Ziggy and this was necessary. You get caught up in you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so I got those Bowies in finally, And whether I needed them or not, it's debatable. But, you know, we're sick, right? Anyways, this is, speaking of the Smiths, actually, this was released in the UK only, and it was only available to indie record store retailers there. And it's this was never released as a single back in the day, but they redid this, and it has an original edit, which is the attraction, I guess. And it's got some good B-sides. But anyways, it's the Smiths' Queen is Dead, released on 12-inch, and there was a picture disc 7-inch that I didn't bother getting. If you're familiar with the song "The Queen is Dead," it's got like a longer kind of spoken intro or something, which I don't know, which is fine. But if you, like I say, if you're going to DJ with this, it's handy to have that beginning part cut out. So I got that in the mail. I was really excited to get that. I'm starting to kind of rebuy my Smiths singles that I sold stupidly. But anyways, I got that actually. And oddly enough, I had picked one up in the UK when I was there. If you remember, I was in the UK not so long ago, and I ended up passing that along to a friend. So I know I got my very own copy. Anyways, let's get to this vinyl I got from this lady. She brought the box of vinyl. All told, she took about $50 for this and the vinyl. So maybe one of the more exciting ones I got from her was, and I'll be honest with you, I've not Googled pressings. I'm not going to sit here and tell you these are original pressings. I don't know. I just got finished cleaning them all and bagging them, and we'll do what I always do. They're in really good condition. Some covers, I'm going to quote Jay from Vinyl in the Van. Some covers are roached. I love when you say that, Jay. I love when you do that, because you kind of put it into terms what I feel a lot of times. You know what? Sometimes a vinyl that's not perfect, that's a little bit pops, has a lot of pops, some crackles. Sometimes the cover's not perfect. It's a little bit more endearing sometimes than the perfect copy. So I love when you say that, man. That this one's roached, but I don't give a fuck. That's awesome. Anyways, I got. This is I'm not sure if it's I know there's this was released on Adco. I'm not sure at what point it came out in Polydor in Canada. It might have always been on Polydor in Canada. I don't know, but it's an early pressing of Disraeli Gears by Cream. I've always wanted a good early pressing without breaking the bank. And if I did the math of all these vinyl I got from her, this might have been a couple bucks. And I cleaned it up and it plays beautifully. So I think I might keep this one, and I'm going to maybe pass along my. I got the recent reissue of it, so I might pass that along and keep that one, because that one is just beautiful. Some of these you know what, I've never heard, and I know the band. I don't know. I've maybe not heard the album. But for the price he was selling it to me for, I was just kind of grabbing them, putting aside the other stuff that looked kind of in really rough condition, and stuff I already had. But so some of the stuff is all new to me. But The Black Man's Burden by Eric Burdon and War, double album. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can focus and see a year on this. This is a U.S. pressing. Doesn't even have a year on it. But anyways, you might know this album. Eric Burdon and War. Double album. I said some cover wear, but who cares? Look at this nice gatefold. I like it. I've yet to even hear this album yet. I'm kind of so far behind him. You all know I get a lot of vinyl, so I got quite the queue of stuff I'm in line to listen to. But you know what? I look forward to listening to this one, Eric Burdon and War, the Black Man's Burden. Continuing on, I already have this album. Billy Hurst, you might want to skip ahead a bit. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. This is definitely a good Schrader copy. Original pressing. I know Neil Young stuff, so I know this is an original one. Nothing more to say about that. I'll probably pass that along. The Temptations' Greatest Hits Volume 2 on Motown. I am vaguely aware of kind of later, like the 70s Temptations, where they got a little bit psychedelic. I was hopping. I just woke up, come on. I was hoping that Papa Was a Rolling Stone was going to be on this, but it's not. But it's a little bit of their more psychedelic soul thing going on. So I was really kind of happy to get that one. I've been sampling a lot of Temptations online, actually, the kind of that 70s stuff, and it's pretty funky, pretty groovy. Kensington Market, Avenue Road. Some Canadians might know this one. Kind of psych is an overused term. If you go on Discogs, it'll say psych, but kind of pop psych, I guess, maybe. Other than that, don't know much else about it. I know the band from just people posting it, but one of those albums I picked up just because it was there, and it was, like I said, for the price. Same as this one, the Isley Brothers, featuring Fight the Power. It's as you'll see here, it's called The Heat Is On. Don't know much about this album either. It's on, what, T-Neck Records? Yeah. Like I said, for the price, I'll be willing to give some stuff a try, and if not, like I said, we'll pass that along. The Isley Brothers, The Heat Is On. Looked cool enough. And this is the third or fourth Donovan I've found in a month. This is a pretty nice condition copy of Mellow Yellow. Like I said, I think I talked about this a couple of videos ago. Maybe my eyes just weren't open to finding Donovan stuff, or I just happened to come into a run, but I've got 4 original Donovan albums in the last month and a half. I feel like I'm trying to be a little bit too brief with you. There you go. Donovan, it's the 4 albums I have got. They're a bit hit and miss. Some of them are better than others, but I haven't listened to all of Mellow Yellow yet, so I'll give that a try. This one I'm super excited about, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a Marvin Gaye t-shirt that I got at my old record store, and it's this cover here. I'm trying to find the cover right here, and underneath it says live, and I think it was a gift from the label or something. They were doing some t-shirt series with catalog artists they owned. I don't know exactly what this deal was, but I don't know how I got this t-shirt, but I got a copy of Marvin Gaye Live. Like I said, I have this t-shirt, and I think I wore it in one of my videos, actually. And I never knew where this photo came from. And there you go. I don't know. I don't suspect I'm going to hear anything bad on this album. Like I said, the cover is a little bit roached. But who cares? It plays super nice. Marvin Gaye, I mean, come on. What else is there to say about Marvin Gaye? Bobby Fuller 4, I Fought the Law. This is an original on Mustang. It says Mustang Records. I'm going to guess this is one of those hybrid ones. It's on Phonodisc in Canada, who distributed Mustang, but the label actually says Regency. I would show you, but it's going to eat up more time of my already too long video. Anyways, I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller 4. Really nice condition copy of that one. A bit out of breath. Like I said, I just woke up. I worked all night, and I woke up, and first thing I do is I pick up my phone, see what time it is, clicked on Facebook, and some of you might know Gregory Short. He was doing a live stream from a record store. So Gregory, I know you saw me on there. That was a nice way to wake up to Gregory at a record store drinking iced tea. That was my excuse to take a drink. Toots and the Maytals. Funky Kingston. Don't know anything about this album, but whenever I see reggae, I pick it up if it's in good condition. I've yet to listen to this album. I know Toots and the Maytals. I don't know this album, to be honest with you. So I'll be spinning this a little bit later today. This is actually a U.S. pressing on Island. There you go. I know nothing about this album. Like I said, I was picking out. I was looking through the box of this lady's in the back of this lady's truck, and I was on a good roll of some funk soul stuff, and this just was in there. But Brass Construction 2. Like I said, don't know anything about it, but I thought, you got 3 or 4 funk albums, why not get 5? Brass Connection, if you know anything about it, let me know. I don't know, but I'm always up for a good funk album. And if I look, oh no, there's more. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, there's more. Jesus. This one, the Kinks. I mean, what's more to say about this album? I don't own this album. This is an original Canadian on Allied Records, which distributed Pie Records in Canada. But this one has You Really Got Me. That's, Stop Your Sobbing. I think that's the one. Is that the one that the Pretenders covered? Unless they're different songs and they're coincidentally called Stop Your Sobbing. Anyways, the Kinks, that was in that lot. Cover's a bit rough, but yeah, vinyl plays nice. You'll notice, if you remember, you watched my video about my finds from the Calgary Record Fair. I had a copy of this. That was a Track Records copy. And I found a really nice Decca Records copy of Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy by The Who, if you don't know who that's from. I already have a nice condition Track Records copy. I'll probably use this to throw into a trade or pass along. I think Billy Hurst just found this one in one of his massive collections he found. Billy. Anyways, that was part of it. A nice Decca Records pressing. And I think that is it from that sale. We got thrift store stuff coming up now really quickly. Sorry, price tag's still on there. $1. So these are all $1. Until we get to some garage sale finds from yesterday. Kayak, Royal Bed Bouncer. I know the band Kayak. I have several of their other albums. This kind of threw me because this is very un-Kayak-like, where the logo isn't the same kind of logo they use. This is 1975. It's on Janus Records. Anyways, I found that, and I did listen to it. I like it a lot. I'm kind of hit and miss on the Kayak stuff. If you don't know Kayak, they're kind of a progressive rock band. But this one kind of threw me a bit. It's actually pretty good all the way through. So that was a nice dollar find. And Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. Not something I would normally pick up, but the vinyl is in such pristine condition. And it's on a Reprise label that I don't really see a lot. It's on, if you look on Discogs, it's, I've looked at all the pressings of this one, and I don't see one that matches the catalog number in this label. So it's either a really early one, or it's kind of there's no barcode on it. So I'm guessing if it's not original, late 70s, maybe early 80s, then maybe they kind of rehashed the Reprise label. I don't know. Anyways, that was it for, there wasn't much thrift store stuff, actually. This one I got in with a bunch of country records. The other country records, they're for someone. I'm not going to bother showing those because those will be in the mail soon enough to someone. You know who you are. I picked this one up and I posted it, and I was aware that it was rare. I'm not so naive not to know this. I was amazed. I posted this, and then I get 2 messages straight away. Someone offering me $100, and then someone offering me $120. That was hard to resist. But I got it's like an absolute pristine copy of Keith Whitley, Don't Close Your Eyes. And I did listen to it, and it's a really good album. Billy Hurst talks about this album quite a bit as one of his favorite albums of all time. And it is really good for its chosen genre. But I got a really super, all the records I got from this sale that had a bunch of country music stuff in it, it's all pristine stuff. But I had to show that one because I was just amazed. I posted it on a Facebook group, and all of a sudden, 2 offers right away. I had to say no. Okay, this is going to be it, and this is from a garage sale. This video is going to take forever. Really quickly, me and my wife we decided to buy mountain bikes because I'm much older than my wife. We're getting on in years. We decided, well, you know what, let's get out there and start biking. We walk an awful lot, but let's start biking. Maybe I can bike to work. It might be a 10-minute bike ride to work. How that plays into vinyl, I'm cheap as shit, and I was driving out of town to, someone had a mountain bike for sale about 10 minutes outside my city. As we're driving out to this person's house, we see these signs on the road for a garage sale, but it's called the Funky Junk Sale. And they were really professionally made signs. I'm like, if someone's making this, it's going to the trouble to make these signs, and they're calling it funky junk, it can't be bad. So we made the incredibly dangerous turn off the major roadway. That was my wife driving, and we found the funky junk sale. There was a 10-year-old playing a mandolin, and the guy running the sale hands me, if you're a guitar guy, he hands me a 1946 Martin acoustic guitar. Because I asked him what was in this guitar case. So I was holding this incredibly valuable 1946 Martin acoustic guitar, and I didn't want to touch it. My hands were dirty, and there's this, oh, it's beautiful. But this kid schooled my ass. He was picking like he was in the Grand Ole Opry. It was amazing, and just to hold this guitar was amazing. And I wasn't going to embarrass myself and dirty this guitar up. God, I like to go off into tangents, don't I? But that was a cool thing to see, and to see this 10-year-old playing just the greatest traditional bluegrass. It's really kind of encouraging to see kids playing that kind of music, because it shows that it's got a lifespan after us. If you like bluegrass, that is. At this sale, all records were 50 cents. I had a box of all country records for the most part. And I said, how much are the records? He said, 50 cents. And for 50 cents, I'm going to find something. The only non-country one I got from that sale was The Riddle by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. This is an original, I've been on a streak of finding Dave Brubeck albums. Columbia 6i. Really nice condition. So that'll go into the collection, to the jazz collection, Dave Brubeck Quartet. The Riddle. A little bit of a different album, by the way. I did play this one. It's a little bit, it's definitely not Time Out or Take 5, that's for sure. A couple of videos ago, I found an original Columbia 6i for this one with that same label as that one. But this is a Columbia 2i. For us nerds. Columbia 2i was, I know the history of it and the years, and you don't care. Anyways, Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs. I found another really pristine copy of this one. So I got the 6i and I got the nice 2i copy of this one. One of those country albums that non-country fans seem to buy for whatever reason. Double album I got for 50 cents. Really, I mean, these were all super clean. Was the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Some of you might know this album, some of you might not. But the first song, it's just a bunch, it's a who's who of country and bluegrass performing on this album. And I know this song because I know this album because I have sold hundreds of copies of this album at record stores. I can't even tell you how many copies I would sell of this one and the first one. This is volume 2. But the first track I put on, it's got Johnny Cash. So having said that, there's good old Johnny right there. And I think June Carter's on this one too. Everyone's on this album. Yeah, it's highly regarded as one of the greatest kind of country traditional bluegrass albums. That was part of that lot. And then let's do a threefer. Dwight Yoakam, Buenos Noches from a Lonely Room. Hillbilly Deluxe. Guitars Cadillacs. Dwight Yoakam albums, they seem to go for, they command a decent selling price. They're not the easiest ones to find in good condition, but I've had a streak lately of finding, this is probably the 2, 3, and 4. I've found 4 copies of Dwight Yoakam albums of late. Once again, one of those artists that seems to cross over. I remember our video channel, Much Music in Canada, they would play like a block of videos, and you would see something like, I don't know, Tears for Fears or Motley Crue, and then they would play a Dwight Yoakam video. He was kind of that one of those crossover artists. So Dwight Yoakam's fine by me. And the last one I just found here, and this kind of got missorted. This wasn't from that garage sale. This was part of those thrift store finds. Was I got a copy of Jean-Luc Ponty, Enigmatic Ocean, and I know I fucked that word up. It's early. Come on. That was $1. Jean-Luc Ponty albums I pick up as I find them. You seem to find them. I seem to find Cosmic Dancer quite a few times. I don't know if I've seen this one before at thrift stores, but there you go. That was the final one. Whew. That was a long one. Sorry. I'm going to wrap this up now before it gets too long. Thank you for watching my videos. If you've watched that T-Rex one, thank you very much. I know it was a very cursory, introductory video for kind of the beginner. I know I made a few errors. I knew that going into it. I knew that after I filmed it too. Wasn't going to refilm the whole video because some people were pointing out that I made a few factual errors. I'm well aware of that. But thank you for watching it. Thank you for pointing that out. It shows me that you were paying attention. Whew. Anyways, I'm going to go see if I can swap out that strobe light. I'm going to pop down to an electronics store. And we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed my video. We'll see you next time.